Okay, let's look at the pros. Again, rackets up high. This is Chris Woodruff. Got to be 11 in the world. Jim Courier said he's the fastest white person in the world. Tim Henman. You'll see the similarities. This work was done by Jim Klein, former student of ours, great tennis teacher. Kleister. Agassi. See how the racket's up high, the racket face is hooded, the left arm's out. Hingis. Moya. So the pendulum effect, the racket just will fall. Ivanisevic. Prepared early. Lisa Raymond. Florida Gators. Martina Navratilova. Racket up high, arm bent. And there's differences. Certainly Martina Navratilova has a different grip than Martina Hingis. Patrick Rafter. Always teased people and said he started wearing zinc oxide after me. Hewitt. Guertin. See how the hands are together. Jim Grab, an American player. Great player in his own right. Pete Sampras again, racket face closed. Chris Woodruff. So that's getting the racket in the slot. When the angle of the racket faces down, then and only then can you swing inside out. Now the angle of Henman's racket is not closed as much. That's because of his grip. The hands mirror one another. Kleister step forward. And the players can do it all. They can hit with a closed stance, a square stance, semi-open, open. The shot of Moya was during a warm-up. That's where you see the feet so close together. You see the players are really looking forward. They're going to play the ball way out in front. The contact point will vary. Martina will play the ball a little further back because of her grip. Her grip is closer to composite, where, say, Martina's is closer to an extreme eastern. So the forehand ground stroke goes in two directions, the swing itself, high, low, high, and inside out. But the human eye plays tricks on us. We simply don't see fast enough. You see how Pete raises the elbow. Pete certainly has a little more of a delayed backswing on the forehand ground stroke. And again, that's hit during a warm-up. But you can see how the wrist is fixed. Racket comes up over his shoulder. Woodruff, both hands turning. Same with Raymond. But my experience with parents, players, and pros, too many times, too many people think that the pros have their own quote-unquote style. Keep in mind, the strength of the individual comes out. There will always be individuality. Andy Roddick warming up. I would recommend tennis players watch the best players warm up. Because when they start to play, they play way beyond what we can comprehend. But watch how he hits. Hands to hand. It's very compact. And next we're going to show Agassi's forehand, and their forehands definitely vary. But once again, there's more similarities than differences. Elbows raised. Gets the racket way below the ball. Relaxes the swing from the elbow, keeps the wrist fixed. It's a unit turn. Just effortless effort, relaxed swings, just like two baseball players catching a ball, throwing a ball back and forth. I think that's another reason why young tennis players should watch the top players practice. Watch them just come out and warm up. They can control the ball. You have to be able to hit a ball 1 mile an hour before you hit it 100 miles an hour. What a great striker of the ball. The story of Agassi, where his dad, Agassi's the youngest of four. His dad bought a house without looking at the inside of the house, just bought the house because the backyard was large enough for a court. So the story goes, he sent 2,000 balls as fast as he could out of a machine at his young son's forehand, backhand. My theory on that is out of fatigue, he learned efficiency. Great timing. To me, that looks like he's drop hitting balls in one of the beginning practice sessions we have. You know, and his dad had so much to do with his tennis. He, at a young age, had won the national 14s before he ever went to train at Bollettieri's. But anyway, I think that makes a point. Justine Henin on the forehand. The split step. She has a semi-western grip. Left hand sets the racket, elbows raised. It's way below the ball. Goes way out to her target before there's a release of the wrist. What an inspirational story Justine Henin is, especially for players that are slight of build. Really comes down to it. At the amateur level, there's very few players that hit true topspin, simply because they don't get the racket head below the ball. If it's a staircase, she's going to the bottom step of the stairs, and then she's going up. Left hand's key, helps players relax the grip, relax the muscles in the right arm. And again, effortless effort. Okay. James Blake, another inspirational story for late bloomers. And again, I love to read about tennis. I love to hear what the players say. James was not a teenage sensation, but attended Harvard, played at Wimbledon. Watch the swing. Now, obviously, everybody knows he's got great talent. Andre Agassi says he doesn't think there's anyone faster on a tennis court. But the racket's up high. The racket face is closed. Uses the left hand to relax the muscles in the right arm. He hits the ball so far away from his body. I think another great story, there's so many with James Blake, is Brian Barker. So many tennis players, they bop and shop. They take lessons from one pro in January, another pro in February. But still works with the same coach who helped him from the beginning.